So for us to figure out what our equation is from a table, we first need to figure out a rule. They're not typically going to have this column in there for you. I just did this to help you visualize things. So please try to make sure you're writing in those rules when you're just having a regular table. So remember, I can either be adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing the same number every single time. Every single time. So if I look at 0 to 0, that kind of rules out adding or subtracting because I can't add anything and I'm not adding 0 the whole way down. That doesn't follow a pattern. So I'm going to either be multiplying or dividing the same number over and over and over again. So let's start with adding. 1 plus 5, that gives me 6. But does 3 plus 5 give me 18? No, so that's not my rule. I'm not adding. To go from 1 to 6, I'm not subtracting. Let's see if I multiply. 1 times what gives me 6? Times 6. Does 3 times 6 give me 18? It does. And 0 times 6 gives me 0. So I'm multiplying the same number over and over and over again. If I'm multiplying a number, if I'm multiplying the same number over and over and over again, is that proportional or non-proportional? That's proportional. So my equation is going to be in the form y equals mx. Remember that m, that's your slope. That's how much it's changing every time. So in this situation, that would be times 6. So I'd have 6 times x to get my y. And that's my equation. Y equals 6 times x. Now let's come to this one. 4 to 3. That's not adding anything to go from 4 to 3. What is it if I subtract? 1. 3 or 4 minus 1 gives me 3. 6 minus 1 gives me 5. 10 minus 1 gives me 9. So in this rule, I'm subtracting by the same number over and over and over again. If I'm subtracting by the same number over and over and over again, is that proportional or non-proportional? Subtracting over and over again, that is non-proportional. So that's going to be in the form y equals x plus b, where again, b is that number that happens over and over and over again. So I can write this as y equals x plus -1, or the way you'll typically see it on a textbook in real life on your tests would be y equals x minus 1. And that's your rule there. Go ahead and work on the practice problems. If you have questions, let me know.